everybody. This week on Up Your Alley, we've got two great recommendations. First, Jake's recommendation for me, the YouTube channel from YouTuber ThorHighHeels and video game reviews, and my recommendation for Jake, the 2025 film Companion. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about that and video game delays, movie leaks through toys, and we got a new pope. Did you see that?
I did see that.
Yeah, new pope.
Chicago.
Good to be back. Good to be back. How you doing, buddy?
We've been gone for a long time.
It's been a week.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Hey, everybody. Welcome to Up Your Alley. My name is Taylor Edgar, and with me, as always, is my best friend, Jake Baggett. Say hi, Jake.
You ever look at Uncle
Baby Billy?
Baby Billy and think, oh, that's Mace Windu for a second?
No, never, not once.
I thought he was Mace Windu for like a split second.
That's a weird split second in your brain.
I used to have a cutout of Samuel L. Jackson,
Did
and
you?
I think that's why. Yeah.
That's crazy. I have an Uncle Baby Billy cardboard cutout in the studio. If people
Yes,
are
he
wondering.
does. Yeah.
So it's a show where we recommend things to each other, and we come back the next week and rate them on a scale of 1 to 3 based on how much it's up our alleys. Again, this week, Jake had me look at the YouTube channel from ThorHighHeels, and I had Jake look at the film Companion.
And just like ThorHighHeels, you should like and subscribe.
Hey, call to action. You're messing around with the plush burrito, huh?
Yeah.
That's from a board game that someone gave us called Throw Burrito, and we
Yeah.
lost everything but that burrito.
It's a nice squeezy thing.
It's a good little squeezy thing. I
Little
don't know how the
squeezy
game
for a
works.
little
It looks like fun. But yeah, new pope. Chicago guy.
Yeah, he's from Chicago.
Did you see that? I know we talked about Conclave a couple months ago.
Yes, we did.
But there were reports coming out that a bunch of the Cardinals were watching Conclave because it was their first Conclave.
That's so funny.
That's kind of fun.
I just like that all my social media is anytime there's news about the conclave, they would retweet it with the words conclave.
It's kind of exciting that it's happening.
It's pretty
First American pope.
Conclave. When any update comes out,
Yeah.
it's all it says over and over again.
First American pope. Sure, stoked for it.
Apparently, somebody said like the only time they're going to elect an American pope is when America is on the downslope, because they didn't want America to be in control of everything financially or war and religiously.
And the papacy.
Yeah.
It's not even the biggest religion in the world, though. But
yes, it is. I'm
No,
not
it's
even Catholic. I don't even know.
well, here's the
I have
thing.
no clue.
Like, it's an American, so I'm like, yeah, it's American. I look at the American Pope the same way I look at like
All popes?
the Winter Olympics. It's like I don't practice sports generally, and I don't practice like cross country skiing specifically. But if an American cross country skier wins, I'm like, yeah, we did it.
I hear you.
Good for us.
There's a little bit of that.
But
going
after
on.
today, I'm not going to care about it ever. And apparently, on Twitter, he was a dick to JD Vance like last month,
That's amazing.
which is awesome.
Yeah.
Because JD Vance was talking some religious nonsense, and he just tweeted, "JD Vance is wrong," which in Cardinal talk, that's being a dick to this guy.
He has the power to excommunicate him.
Well, I wouldn't mess with JD Vance after what he did to the last
Yeah.
one.
I bet you he feels bad about calling him out like that before.
He's
Huh?
like, oh my God, I pissed this guy off, and he took out the last one. Oh, but speaking of weird things going on in the world,
Don't hurt.
I love a movie that I'm very excited about this summer.
Conclave 2.
Conclave 2, Electric Boogaloo. But it's the Jurassic World movie. Something that I know you care
Why?
nothing about.
Yeah.
'Cause I just can't help it. I'm excited about that, and I'm excited. I went and saw Thunderbolts, and I'll say this. There's nothing, I know for a fact
Yeah.
that there is nothing I can do that would get you excited about going to see Thunderbolts.
Yeah.
This is an intervention for you.
Oh, why?
Because I don't know how it happened in the course of 120 episodes, however long it's been.
What?
But you've become the jaded one
Are you kidding me?
about certain things.
I am jaded about certain things, yes.
Okay,
But that's so
but
that I
you're
can have my
jaded-
heart open about everything else.
When this started, you were jaded. You weren't jaded about Marvel. We recorded an episode going to see Ant-Man and the Wasp: Quantumania because you're like, it looks good.
And we had fun.
We did have fun.
I did enjoy it.
But Thunderbolts is the best Marvel movie in a good while. It deals with just like real emotions, and like the characters are actually
That's
fleshed
the
out.
biggest
It
thing
doesn't
I'm seeing
end.
in the reviews. Is like it deals with depression.
It's a good movie,
And
it's just like the Marvel equivalent of, remember the Puss in Boots movie?
Where they show
A panic attack?
an actual depiction of a panic
Yeah,
attack.
it's like that for depression and bipolar, but it's Marvel instead of
Yeah.
Puss in Boots.
Eh.
And it's actual characters because they're not. It doesn't end with just two guys with vaguely similar powers fighting each other in the sky.
Yeah.
Like it's an actual good movie, and you're
It's-
missing out on. Have you watched any of Andor after I gave you the Blu-ray?
No.
Holy shit!
You know what I watched today?
What?
A David Spade stand-up Dandelion.
How was that?
It was good.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was fun.
I was in my recommended the other day, and I was like, oh yeah, I'll check in on.
I was like, I need to check in, see what he thinks is funny.
He
And
filmed
he's-
a
he's
movie earlier in the year with Theo Vaughn.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
should
had
be
no
fun.
clue.
They have similar vibes.
They look the same.
But yeah, and so I'm up to date with Andor. Andor, I will say this, might not only be the best Star Wars TV show,
Yeah.
it might be the best Star Wars.
Oh.
And I feel bad as your friend and someone that recommends things to you somewhat professionally that you have not seen any of Andor.
Yeah.
Because like in this season I don't know. It's incredible television. It's one of the highest. The season 2 episode 8 was out on one of the ranking websites, IGN or whatever it was. It was in the top 5 highly ranked episodes of TV of all time.
I don't think I'm jaded. I think I just don't care about stuff that's popular,
That's fair.
you know?
But-
so when stuff is like Marvel, it
sometimes
just
it's-
doesn't feel like people don't give it the benefit. They do give it the benefit of the doubt more than it deserves. So it's something that's not as interesting to me because it has to appreciate the masses that they are going for, which you can't do that in the type of art that I really enjoy, which is challenging you. Like, especially in like video games being my favorite. It's challenging to do this stuff.
Dude, I completely get that
So-
about you. What I'm telling you as your friend is these are
I'm
things
sure
you
it's
would
good.
really enjoy.
I'm sure it's good, and I'm sure I would really enjoy it. But
I didn't push you to
rather-
watch Captain America when you're like, I don't want to watch Captain America Brave New
yeah,
World.
yeah.
I'm like, yeah, no, he's right on that. And then like some other Star Wars things, I'm like, hey, did you watch Ahsoka? Ahsoka, different thing.
Ahsoka to me, baby.
But I was like, did you watch
Let's bring it
Ahsoka?
back.
And you're like, no. I'm
Austin
like, did you watch
Powers.
Acolyte? You're like, no. I'm like, yeah, you're probably good missing
Yeah.
this. I almost pushed you on Skeleton Crew because Skeleton Crew is really good.
Yeah.
But Andor's just it's not
And I also
it's not
don't-
good for Star Wars. It's good for television.
I also just don't want to relate to people out in normal world.
I guess, but they
You know?
normal people normal
I would love it when they're talking to me and like, you've seen the latest Star Wars? And I can say no. And then they're like, I can't talk to him. And I'd be like, awesome.
but you can still lie to people. That's fun too.
Oh my gosh, I can't though.
Oh, see.
Much like the robot, I cannot lie.
Oh. Spoilers.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really that's just a sidebar. I
I
think you're
mean,
missing out.
I should get into it
Thunderbolts
because Severance is something
great.
that people
Pushed you for.
pushed me on.
Yeah. I knew you'd find your way there
And
eventually.
it was this thing. Yeah, that thing is like amazing, you know, and it's super popular.
How
too.
far are you into Severance?
I've stagnated. I need to get back into it.
I did that with Blacklist. But I think Severance and all these shows, again, we're saying they're super popular. The average person, meaning the average person that listens to this show,
Yeah.
has probably seen Severance or Andor or something like that.
Yeah.
The average normal person, no.
Yeah.
They've not seen these
You don't
things.
think so, huh?
No, the number
Because
one
one of
show in
them's
the country
Star
has been
Wars.
like NCIS and stuff like that. There's new Star Wars. They're putting out 3 hours of Star Wars every week.
Oh my god!
And I'm not really hearing anybody out in the world talking about it.
That's because they're stupid.
They've put out 9
do
hours
it.
of some of the best Star Wars. It's better than at least 2 of the trilogies.
It's interesting. It's
At
interesting
least 2
to
of
say
the
the
trilogies.
least.
And Cassian Andor as a character. I will say this: we have a friend. I went opening night with this friend, and we both went and saw Rogue One. And I was in my F everything phase back then.
Yeah.
He's a bit older than us. And he came out of there being out of Rogue One saying, that was so good. That was some of the best Star Wars ever. And I was like, no, this movie sucked so bad. It's not what I wanted. And then I watched Rogue One probably like 4 years later, and I was like, this is crazy good.
Man.
And then Andor's the best. The character of Cassian
I
Andor
really
is
didn't like Rogue One.
it's great.
I really didn't like it.
The best part of Rogue One is Cassian Andor, who's not like the main person in that movie.
Yeah.
Although, fucking, what's his name? Ben Mendelsohn's in the second season of Andor as Director Krennic, and he fucking kills it. And I love it. I don't know. It's just crazy good.
I'll have to get to it. I really will.
I bought it for you on Blu-ray, dude.
Yeah, now you're trying to...
Guilt
remember
trip
when you bought it for me, you were like, no pressure?
And first of all,
I get to it when
I
you
know
get to it.
Before people are yelling at me in their car, I know I have the power to direct Jake to watch Andor if I wanted to.
Yeah.
I'm not going to do that. I want him to come to it on his own.
We'll see.
We'll see. But what I was talking about, movie over the summer, Jurassic World.
Yeah.
I'm stoked about it. So there's a leak.
I haven't seen a good Jurassic anything for a long, long time.
The last one was good.
Jurassic
World.
I didn't watch it.
Dominion.
I didn't like Jurassic World.
That's fine.
I stepped off.
The third one's really good.
And it's just like, why would I continue
It's okay.
something that didn't
I'm not
going
to push you on the Jurassic ones. I just want to show you something that I think is funny. Because a lot of leaks for big summer blockbusters like that, they come through toys.
Yeah.
Like the toys will come out and be like, oh, that's what, like, like a Marvel movie, it'll be like, here's Spider-Man. Like before Spider-Man 3, they're like, oh, Spider-Man in the black suit. And they're like, oh, shit.
Yeah.
That's going to be in this movie. And
they're going to do a Tony Stark and / Dr. Doom
right.
toy.
I think they had one before Infinity War that was like Tony Stark wearing the gauntlet, and that got leaked.
Yeah.
Like one of those really high-end, not Todd McFarlane, but Todd McFarlane-like, figurines. Yeah, the collectible things. But so in Jurassic World, I got to get your honest reaction to this to see if it gets you stoked for this movie. It got leaked that the main villain dinosaur, it's going to be a hybrid dinosaur. It's called the Distortus Rex, the D-Rex. Now, the toy leaked, and I have to get your honest opinion. Is this not the coolest looking dinosaur you've ever seen?
A 36-year-old man. No. Are you kidding me?
How dumb does that thing look?
It looks like a T-Rex with a baked potato on his head.
I know.
Holy cow.
I know, but it's so funny.
Wow.
Yeah, it's got, okay, so if you're, just Google Distortus Rex toy, if you're in this, it's got little arms and big arms around it.
Oh my gosh, it does. It has four legs.
It has 6 appendages.
Tiny T-Rex
What's
arms.
the guy in Total Recall that lived in the dude's chest?
Quado?
Yeah, he's got a Quado. It's like a Tyrannosaurus or like a Brontosaurus with a Quado T-Rex inside of him.
Man, remember
Isn't it great?
Remember the dinosaurs from 54?
65?
65?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I was literally one off on both digits.
No, 54 is a movie too. Isn't that club with the cocaine?
Yes.
Yeah.
But 65 is what I meant.
Yeah.
And the dinosaurs looked really good.
They did.
In that. I like those dinosaurs.
This is a Distortus Rex. It's a fake dinosaur. You could have made all the dinosaurs you wanted, and you make this.
It just feels like people don't want to make something original.
I don't know, but now I'm just more excited for this movie because I'm like, I want to see this goofy-looking thing in action. Do you remember the
Chris Pratt again?
No, it's Scarlett Johansson.
Oh,
yeah.
Is she like his daughter or something?
No. It's a new group.
It's a new group.
It's Jurassic World Rebirth.
We have to go back.
They got to go back.
We got to go back.
You just got to go back.
Hammond's there still.
No, he died a long time ago.
You got to get his bones.
No,
he put dino DNA in his bones.
Okay, it does involve dino DNA. They have to get samples from the 3 biggest ones that are on this one island.
That'd be a fun video game, wouldn't it?
Yeah, or
imagine an open world Jurassic World. Jurassic in parentheses open and then world.
Well, look at that.
Yeah, I have better ideas.
That's like drawing aliens and putting dollar sign through the thing. Jurassic open world.
I'm tired. I want somebody to make something really weird, and then that's going to be the next thing, and then they can have 12 fucking sequels of that.
Yeah.
We watched Companion. We're going to talk about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit, right?
Right.
That was just a movie.
I've got another banger for you next week, too.
It's amazing that there's ideas out there still, but then you talk to people and they're like, there's no good ideas out there anymore. And it's because they condition you to believe this, because there's like Star Wars, Ghostbusters, Jurassic World. That's it. There's no other movies out there for you right now.
Harry Potter
Sonic.
stuff, and they're rebooting that, too.
Yeah, Harry Potter's coming back. And then John Lithgow's like, I think everybody's mad at J.K. Rowling.
He's so out of the loop.
He's not out of the loop. He's pretending like he's out of the loop. You can't not. He's just like, I like this paycheck, guys.
I love a good paycheck.
I'm like, yeah, I'll watch Paycheck the other day, man. But his thing is being like, I'm going to find out. I want to talk to her.
Let me go figure out what's really going on before I cash this paycheck.
No, there's other creators out there that deserve their chance. We just saw Sinners get their big ups. You know, everybody's crazy about Ryan Coogler's new movie, and they want to see what's next from him. And that's fun, too.
Yeah.
You can start making these fun things.
So that's why I will say this. I share your sentiment specifically with Andor because I'm like, we could have gotten Star Wars this good the whole time. There are people that like Star, and
but since I have blinders on about Star
that's
Wars.
Fair. That's
you
fair.
Know what
I'm
I mean?
trying to take those off of you.
So
you run
Andor
free.
might be great, but I can't see it because I'm like, it says Star Wars. I can't slow down.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't watched all of the Clone Wars stuff. Like, I watched a lot of Clone Wars because there was stuff. It was before I think the Ahsoka series. Like IGN put out this, or it might have been Nerdist, but someone put out a list. It's like, if you want to catch up on the Ahsoka story, you need to watch these episodes of Clone Wars and these episodes of Rebels to like know what's going on.
No.
So I haven't seen all of Clone Wars or all of Rebels, but there are people that stand by that
stuff. Oh my god.
Yeah,
I hate knowing stuff. I hate it.
Yeah, that's fair. I'm kind of out of it too. But god damn it, Andor's good.
I like it when I watch something and I'm like, that's good.
Yeah.
I didn't have to have anything. It pop up and like, hi, my name's Matt and I'm going to go and fight my girlfriend. I'm like, that's great.
That's great for you,
I didn't have to learn anything about your lore or nothing.
Well, speaking of things that you don't have to learn, Grand Theft Auto 6 delayed until next year.
Here's a good point.
Yeah.
I am the exact opposite about video games when it comes to movies.
Oh, I'm well aware.
I will do sequels. Yeah, that's a bummer. You know?
It is.
But
So-
in June, a game called Mind's Eye is coming out.
No idea.
And that's from, I think, from Dan Houser, the guy who made
Oh, really?
Grand Theft Auto.
Huh.
Yeah. And it's an open world game. Looks like it takes place in some desert city. Like,
Open Jurassic World?
like La Vegas.
La Vegas.
Like La Vegas.
Yeah, that's copyrighted. So you can just call it La Vegas. So Grand Theft Auto delayed was, I think when we did our year in preview, both of us picked that for game we were most excited about for 2025.
Yeah, I was ready to play it.
Yeah. And everyone pretty much was like, yeah, it's going to win Game of the Year and everything. So now Game of the Year is wide open. There's that new game that's called Expedition 33 or something like that.
Yeah, I saw a little bit of
People seem to love
playing
that. Blueprints,
Looks
great
really cool.
game. Split Fiction, great game. We've played those. Ghost of Yote's coming out.
Looking forward to that.
Looking forward to that. I did see this cool thing about it was on a Reddit post, so take that with a grain of salt. But this person on Reddit posted this thing. It was right after, and also after they delayed it, they gave us a new trailer, which is pretty cool. The new trailer gives you like some character
What's
backgrounds.
the state name?
Vice City.
remember.
It's
Not Florida.
It's not Florida, but it's something like that.
I can't remember what it's called.
But
It gave the state a name.
but they named the character. The character's last name is Duval, which is hilarious.
Robert Duvall.
No, Duval is Duval County. That's where Jacksonville is. And it's like a big Jacksonville Jaguars thing. They yell Duval. So as soon as they said his name's Duval, I'm like, oh, he's a real Florida man. It's like calling him Tony Tampa, essentially. Like they're really nailing it in. So someone from Reddit posted this because everyone's just like, what's going on with this game? And I kind of want your opinion because I get why Rockstar delayed it at this point. He posted this on the GTA 6 subreddit. The post just said, it's not what you think. Said, I want to get this out of here. I've been watching people online argue, guess, blame, all the wrong things. I can't keep pretending that I don't know what's actually happening. The story mode of GTA 6 is fully finished and has been since January of 2025. It's not speculation. It's not almost done. I've seen it. It's finished. It's not being tested. It's done beginning to end.
Okay.
So the story mode's all done. They're still testing it because apparently this game costs $2 billion to make.
Yeah.
So
Which is
they're
absurd.
expecting upwards of 40 million players online within the first month.
Yeah.
And all they're doing now is prepping for what's a day one 15 million people logging in gonna do to the game. Because it can't crash. You remember when GTA Online first came out?
Yeah. I held a world record, baby.
Yeah.
Because everybody was having connectivity
No one else
problems.
can connect. But they don't want that. So, I mean, that's kind of good to know that. I think that's why they put out that trailer, which was like a story mode trailer. And they even said in that thing, a lot of that stuff, or they didn't specifically say what was and what wasn't, but they said that trailer that we just saw is a mixture of gameplay and cinematics.
Yeah.
So some of that driving around stuff, that's in-game,
Yeah.
what it looks like when you're driving around. Looks great. Looks amazing. Looks like I'm going to lose hundreds of hours just in the story mode.
Yeah.
But I think it's good to know that the story mode's done. That's locked, because that's really what I was more...
I mean, they could have done what they did with Grand Theft Auto 5 and just released the single player
You're not making your money back.
campaign.
You're not making your money back then.
But
They're
then-
making all their money online.
They do make their money when online comes out months later.
Yeah.
You know.
I mean, I like that kind of just because when Grand Theft Auto Online came out for 5, I knew the layout. Like, I knew the map,
Yeah.
which was kind of handy to be Be like, oh, well, there's a building over here, and this is how you get to the airport, and there's always boats down here, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
But I don't know.
I went back and I started playing Assassin's Creed 2 again.
Yeah.
I'm blowing my mind how I can remember where some stuff is.
It's muscle memory, dude. That's what I do every year when I boot up Banjo-Kazooie. I'm like, oh, I know where everything is.
It's just weird.
Just built into your brain. I don't know. It's encouraging to me, and I was wondering if you got the same vibe that I think, because both of us are most excited for the story mode.
Yeah, that's the only thing I want to play.
And the fact that that's locked and done, I'm like, good.
I would say, I don't think so. Is what I would say.
You don't find it encouraging?
No, I would say that I don't find that truthful.
Oh, the guy on Reddit?
Yeah.
I mean,
I'm sure you could play it from beginning to end,
some
but
dude on Reddit.
there's something about it that just doesn't sit well with me. You know, that
He does also say that they've been dealing with a lot of burnout and turnover just in the online department.
I have no doubt.
Yeah. And they've moved.
But this is like the frame of what is wrong with game development. You know what I mean? It's way over budgeted. You know, $2 billion for a game to be made is insane.
It's like a fucking cruise ship.
Yeah, that's not feasible. That's not feasible. There's no game worth $2 billion to be made.
About to be, hopefully.
There's nothing. 100 hours. There's World of Warcraft didn't take $2 billion to make. There's people with 10,000 hours in it.
Stardew Valley.
Stardew Valley doesn't take $2 billion to make. Yeah,
fucking Balatro.
It's not. It's just, but it's a way to generate $2 billion. You know what I mean? It's not, to me, it's not thinking, how do we make this game better? Yeah. What I'm thinking is they're saying, how do we get as much money as possible from this game?
Yeah, it's a scaling issue. Like, I saw a video online.
You just have $2 billion that they were using. They had to get $2 billion from other people. And once this game comes out, and it can't live to $2 billion valuation, that's when it's going to start tanking, you know? And it's not going to tank hard. It's still going to be popular. It's still going to be good. But that's when everybody's going to realize, oh, yeah, this is something that we need to, get out of.
I think it's a win-win. I think if it does well, then you're going to get a once-in-a-console generation blockbuster $2 billion game that's just going to knock everyone's dick in the dirt and be like this. But if it crashes and fails, going back to Thunderbolts, it's like Marvel made all these big $250 million movies that no one saw, and they learned their lesson. They're like, all right, guys, scale it down, make it fucking good. Yeah, and now you get your Thunderbolts and your Andor.
To me, it feels like, if somebody gave me $2 billion to make a video game, I would have a hard time trying to rationalize what type of game should be made for that.
Shit.
Especially
if you didn't already have the framework of this worked before.
And I know, like, day one patches and shit, I'm going to be very hypercritical of this game, just like
everyone
I was
everyone
with
has to be.
RDR2.
Everyone has to be.
You're not a fan of my critique of RDR2.
Right, because you hate perfection.
I love the game.
You hate perfection.
But it's a hundreds of millions of dollar game.
It's true.
I have higher standards for it than a lower budget game.
That's what I'm saying.
That's it.
For the industry, I think Grand Theft Auto 6 is a win-win. If it does well...
For the industry, I think it is a looming horror story.
It's a paradigm shift either way.
Yeah,
like when that game comes out, the industry's changing.
The industry, I think it's going to be scary. I think it's going to be very scary.
It's interesting.
I think people aren't going to want to invest small anymore if it is a success. So we're going to lose a lot of the games that I like to play.
Yeah.
And I think
I like your small games too.
A lot of the big games are going to balloon in development time and costs, and we'll just have to live with having a 500 gigabyte game once a year one
that game's gonna be so
business.
Big.
Yeah,
I'm trying to think what the biggest game I have right now is. I think RDR2 is 120.
Yeah,
I think that's the biggest gigs I have. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting.
I'm happy we got one more year before I have to think about
more
all this
than
stuff.
Another fucking year.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
Yeah.
Speaking of video games,
I want to play Mind's Eye.
Eric Baroni was on episode of the Tiger Belly podcast with Bobby Lee.
I did see that he did that.
Bobby Lee interviewing him was the most awkward thing ever because he's such a fanboy of the game. It was like the SNL Chris Farley show where he's just like, you remember when you did this in Stardew Valley? And Eric Baroni just seems like such a nice guy. He's just like, oh yeah, thanks, man.
You don't
Appreciate it.
Talk about the game itself.
Yeah, I don't know. It's just funny.
I mean, people don't know how to broach the subject of video games. Well, that's my thing.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like we're adding to the discourse a whole lot.
I feel like I'm adding to the discourse.
My point of view is valid on a lot of video games.
Absolutely.
Just because I'm coming from the cold,
I like it
hard
because
facts.
you come from a completely different thought process about video games than I do, and I think it's really cool.
Yeah, that's the whole point of this show.
Yeah, because
let's get into some video game stuff. Let's talk about your recommendation.
Okay,
Thor High Heels.
Yes.
How'd you find out about Thor, the YouTube channel, and why you recommended the 2024 Mysterious Games?
Yeah,
one
because she does a lot of these big.
She's Dutch, right?
I have no clue.
I want to say she's
she even
Dutch.
shows like
there's a bunch of canals,
bicycles,
and some boats
where she's riding around and showing stuff off.
It's very Dutch,
and I'm like, this place is beautiful.
Probably Dutch.
And she's like, I live in squalor.
I know. Kind of took a little bit of offense to that, but everyone's allowed to their own view of their reality.
She's going through her journey.
And I guarantee if you walk by a place, someone that's living in a 4-story windmill with fields of tulips outside, your place might look like squalor to you.
But she also has she's got a segment or a series or videos that she calls So I've Been Playing.
Yes, Dutch.
And she had one about this Bug Island game on the Nintendo Wii that I watched a long time ago. And just listening to her talk about it was very fun.
Yeah.
Somebody who can approach something that's, clearly not made with like, what do you call it? Ease of life things implemented into it.
Right.
She can power through those and like find something within them.
Someone's got to
that she wants to talk about.
So this video was really well made. It was like an hour and a half long. So it was kind of a similar to that noodle thing you had me watch, where it was taking in what's been going on in the creator of the video's life, and then relating that to video games that have been played over the past year. And stuff you've done recently, which I really like. I mean,
that's why I wanted this one, because she, who she is how she approaches video games. So I think this is a good type of stepping stone to get into her type of view.
You're not wrong. So I would say I putzed around her YouTube channel like I always do when you recommend YouTube stuff for me. It's a hard subscribe. Her channel for me, this video in particular that you recommended, is a 2.
Yeah.
Just because me, there's a fine line with games where I'm just like, that's not for me.
Yeah.
It's basically anything Yakuza and weirder, where I'm just like, nope, does not relate to me.
Big Yakuza
fan. These games that she's recommending, and god damn it, she's passionate about it. One of the tenets of this show is if you're passionate about something, it's interesting to watch you talk about that thing.
Yeah.
Or do that thing. It's an interesting watch, but these games, I was just like, what the fuck is even happening?
Was there any game in
games?
there that got your attention? That
No.
Made you, none of them, huh?
There's one with like a weird blue man chasing people around. And it's like, it's like the Anuma or something like that, a big blue face.
The big blue head that's in the sky?
Yeah, and she's just saying like, oh, this meme, and I'm like, what fucking internet are you people on where this is the meme?
You don't know the Japanese artist that did that story.
You're right, I don't. So a lot of these games, they're very Japanese. Like they pull from that culture a lot. There's a game she talks about at the end. I forget what it is, but it's a third one, and it's just like a slice of life Japanese game that she saves at the end is like her favorite game, and really enjoyed that part of it. Really enjoyed the personal stuff of it, but at the beginning, it's just one of those things where you're making like. I've seen enough content, and I've written enough content, and I've talked on a microphone enough. I can tell when something's supposed to be a joke, and I know that she's smart enough to put this into a YouTube video that there are people that get that joke, and they're like, ha ha ha, that joke. But I'm just like,
Yeah.
I know.
I think I know what you mean.
And every now and again, I get the Captain America where I'm like, I understood that. Yeah. It's like it was a real outsider's.
That's amazing.
It was like when I would try to explain, like I remember when Super Smash Brothers for the Nintendo 64 came out, and I'm trying to explain to my stepmom what this is. And my little 11-year-old brain, or however old I was at the time, was like, you don't understand. Like, Link is going to be able to fight Donkey Kong, and then Samus is there too, and then Pikachu's there too. Like, Pikachu can't fight Donkey Kong in any other game. Mario's fought Donkey Kong, and she's just like, cool. So this is going to cost me $50? And I'm like, yes, it is. And I'm going to be talking about it. That was a lot of what I got from Thor High Heels, where she's like, get it? You understand? I'm like, awesome, kid. Like, really happy for you getting all this stuff. Like, it's an enjoyable watch. And then, of course, as I always do, I feel like I probably spent 40 hours at least over the past year watching people talk about the Metal Gear games on YouTube. From when you did Super Bunny Hop? That was the first one you had me watch. So Thor has a big series about the Metal Gear games as well, starting back to the MSX. MSX? NSX isn't accurate. The MSX.
Yeah.
Those breakdowns are great.
Yeah.
Watched those all the way through Twin Snakes is how far I am up. But it was nice having her talk about the original ones, and great running joke about how all the games start the exact same and all the games are kind of the same.
Yeah.
And then, like she does with her mysterious games, bringing in all this background work, she does that about Hideo Kojima. And I'm like, oh, I understand that. Yeah. I know where you're coming from. So I can tell she's good at what she does.
Yeah.
But I don't get a lot of it. Yeah. So that's why it's
really cool.
That's why it's a 2. Because
Okay.
I have enough content knowledge of how a YouTuber works where I can look at your analytics, look at your subscribers, look at that versus your likes and comments. I'm like, a bunch of fucking people dig what she's doing, and that's a culture. I don't understand the culture, but rock and roll.
I'm thoroughly involved in it. I really like it
I
a whole bunch.
Yes, I understand why it's for you.
Yeah, right.
100%.
Yeah.
I'm like,
She
Jake
finds
probably gets these
the
jokes.
wildest stuff. Sometimes she plays games that I have played, and I'm like, that's really fun. Like, it's nice to see your tastes align, because when that happens,
it's a matter of feeling seen.
Because, like, she did a video on Vampire Rain. I don't know if you know this game. It's from the Xbox 360, and I was looking forward to it. But it's a game where it's going to be like a Metal Gear Solid game where you sneak around vampires and like do your stuff like that. And it got panned critically. Everybody hated it. And then she approached it and was like, what she thinks is like, people, if you play it in a different way, it actually comes a little more enjoyable. What people are doing is playing it Metal Gear Solid, where you're trying to slip through the sight lines and just like go as
so you don't get bit by the vampires
from A to B, as well. It's like, but this game is a big map, and you're supposed to walk around the perimeter. You're supposed to give yourself a wide berth from the vampires to do
I want to check out this video. Vampire Rain?
Yeah. And I was like,
rain like a king or rain like the sky?
Rain like the sky. Okay. It's raining, so they're weaker apparently during the rain in this game. But I was looking forward to this game, and then it got panned, and I was like, I guess it's bad. And then she talks about it, and she's like, there's a way to enjoy this game. Right. And I was like, that's really cool.
Love that.
That stuff, when I back away.
That's why I want to check that out, because I've never heard of that game.
I played D. I don't think you've ever played D. But there's a game called D for
Nuts.
It's a really fun game.
Never
it's
not
crazy.
funny.
It's on the Sega Saturn, and I didn't even know there was a sequel to it, but she played it, and she was
D2?
like, yeah.
The Mighty Ducks?
D2, Mighty Ducks. And it goes to an ice hockey rink, which is completely different from Triton's Castle.
Norwegians.
But I didn't even hear about this game, and like she covered it, and I was like, this stuff is, you don't know about D, you know. Me and my brother, I'm pretty sure, are the only two people that knew about D in the town of Warrenton.
Okay.
And to have somebody be like, hey, not only do I know
Probably
it.
the only two people that had a Sega Saturn.
Yeah.
To tell you the truth.
She's like, not only do I know it, I know that it has a sequel, and I've played through it, and I've got opinions. I'm like,
perfect.
That's amazing.
That's exactly how I feel about her channel. I'm like, I get what you're doing.
Yeah.
No, I don't get what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
I'm thinking,
I understand there's value to it.
Yes.
I'm not in that world.
I'm thinking, if you were to watch more of her stuff, it would be the Game of the Year stuff.
I'm subscribed. And
That's wonderful.
Whenever it pops up.
But I think what you're going to enjoy the most is her Game of the Year
end of the year stuff. Like the
end of the year.
The guy with the big old beard that we watched too.
The guy with the big old beard. Yeah, Jacob Geller.
Yeah.
Her style of it as very interesting as well. I like the way that both of these people recap.
And I hope people like our end of the year recap thing that we did too.
I try my best.
I'm sure sometimes people, if they land on our thing, they're like, what are these two idiots doing?
Yeah,
I
what do
don't
they
get
have?
it. I don't understand their references. But yeah, it's a 2. Like, yeah, Thor High Heels, all one word on the YouTubes.
Absolutely. 3 for me. I think.
Yeah. Oh yeah, hard
I
3
think
for
she's
Jake.
Wonderful.
Yeah, but it's not like a 1 because like I'm not gonna give it a 1 because I don't get the references. I understand what you're doing. I get it. And the references I got, I'm like, that's why I clicked on Metal Gear. I'm like, I know what Metal Gear is.
Yeah.
So let me see if I can, if that resonates with me more than these weird fucking games Jake has me watch.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. All right, let's talk about my recommendation for Jake, the 2025 film Companion, starring Sophie Thatcher and
Hollywood good boy.
Jack Quaid.
Jack Quaid.
Up and comer, like Nepo baby, but god damn it, he's a charming dude.
I love him every time he's on Comedy Bang Bang. He's
Yeah,
very funny.
so funny.
He's like, what is this question you get
He's
a lot?
a-
He's like, you Nepo baby, what the hell do you think you're doing?
He's a big yes-stander. He hangs a lantern on the fact that, yes, my parents are famous,
Yeah.
but I'm still going to try to do
But
this.
he's fun, and he's a good actor.
Yeah.
So he's doing well.
He's very funny. He's very charming. So this movie is the first in a series that I have going on right now. This is kind of a sweet spot for movies because like the big summer movies are starting to come out. So some of the smaller movies, like this one that came out in the middle of the beginning of the year, are on streaming now. So this is a movie that got good reviews when it was in theaters. I didn't go see it in theaters, but when I saw it was on streaming, it's available on Max right now. I'm like, oh hell yeah! Like I want to see this, and I watch it. I'm like, this movie's fucking
Did
great.
you hear about Max?
No.
So it sounds like they're canceling a lot of their shows.
Yep.
Taking it off, and they're going back. It's
Warner Brothers.
HBO.
Yeah, it's Warner Bros. Well, it was HBO Max, and then
Yeah.
it was HBO. No, it was HBO Now.
It was
then
HBO Go.
I think it was HBO Now, then HBO Go,
Maybe.
then HBO Max, and then just Max.
And now they're going back to HBO.
And you got to realize we don't fuck. It's the thing with Game of Thrones. Whatever you want to fucking call it, everyone knows it's the thing with Game of Thrones and Last Week Tonight. That's where it is.
Everybody still calls it HBO. Is the problem?
They still do, and it still has the HBO. Wah, that still pops up at the beginning.
These people, they have so much money.
I know. As long as they keep putting a little bit of their
There's so
budget to the
much to
side
do
for
still.
John Oliver to do fun
I
things.
think about this stuff all the time. When I see, like, when I used to work at Wawa, and I would look at the Haribo
Gummy bears.
gummy bears when I'm stocking them, and I'm like, that's a new Haribo bear. It was like they redesigned him. And I was like, somebody made like 6 figures off of doing that.
Yeah.
They made him smile bigger, and then they were like, I'm going home to my wife and children.
On my
I'm taking
yacht.
a 4-month vacation, and I'm sitting here just packing them all up.
Dude, it's good work if you can get it. So yeah, so there are movies. Your recommendation for next week is in the same line. A movie that came out, I heard good things about it. By the time I had heard good things about it, it was out of the theaters, so I didn't get a chance to see it.
Yeah.
But now it's on streaming, so I can watch them.
Okay.
So Companion, first of all, just give your thing because we got to do non-spoilers and then spoilers.
Okay. It's a 3. Absolutely.
I knew it would be a
This
3.
movie is fantastically made.
So and very funny. It's a sweet spot for me.
It is
where
absolutely.
it's violent. It's funny. There's some intense parts.
It's
It's well written,
cynical
Well,
in a silly way.
and it's an hour and a half long. It's just a perfect little fucking
Well acted.
sit down,
throughout,
watch a movie.
and they do the great thing where you have a wonderful. Well, you have just a broad concept, but you have to contain it because if you think about the ramifications of what they've created in their world, that it's like this completely different world.
And it
that-
takes place in a literal cabin in the woods.
Yeah.
That's the whole point of
and
cabin in the
just
woods.
like put it in, keep it contained so
Cabin in
that
the
you,
Woods. Let's just do
all
this.
you care about is these characters and what they're going
Then
through.
we don't have to be like, well, what does this mean for the president?
But
because
I'm-
it doesn't matter what the rest of the world's doing.
like-
It's this.
I don't know people's names and stuff, but I know
Jack
Josh's
Quaid.
name.
Yeah.
You know, his name's Josh in this thing.
Yeah.
We have Eli, we have Patrick, we have Kat,
Iris.
and we have Iris. These people, like, I care about.
Right.
Like, I learned their name, and I'm going, oh no, Eli.
'Cause it's a small little character.
But even
thing. It's
for
just-
most stuff, I forget people's names. But this one, they've created a character like that, and I was like, that's wonderful.
You know what I think this could be? Just the way this is set up. Like, it would be hard to do, but this could be a stage play. Like, it
Yeah.
takes place, it could be like a one-act play, kind of like a Little Shop of Horrors where you like go in and out through different things.
Yeah.
Or almost like
That'd be
Gary Glenn
wonderful
Ross.
little exercise, huh?
Yeah, I went when I was in New York last summer. We saw a play, the play that goes wrong, which is set in one. It's a one act, but it's like the play like it falls apart. It's meta. Like
Oh, that's
you're watching
funny.
the actors, and they're putting on a play that goes constantly wrong. But like at one point, the balcony like falls down and shit like that. Where I'm like this, and I was thinking that watching Campaign, I'm like, if someone had the fucking money, this would be a great stage play. But regardless, non-spoiler talk first. Jake gives it 3. I give it a 3. It's on Max. Go fucking watch it if you haven't seen this movie. It's a fucking gem of a movie.
Yeah.
Jack Quaid, he's going out with his girlfriend Iris, played by Sophie Thatcher. Starts out with them. You see their little meet cute at the beginning, and Sophie Thatcher gets the little opening narration. She says, I always have 2 memories of Josh, the day we first met and the day that I killed him.
Yeah.
And that's how the movie starts. So you're like, oh, shit, she's going to kill this dude. And it's this meet cute in the grocery store. He knocks over some oranges, and it's, typical Hollywood bullshit.
Yeah.
They go up to this cabin. It's automatically futuristic because he's not driving the car.
Yeah.
So it's like self-driving car. It really eases you into, hey, this is the future, but it's like a soft.
Yeah.
It's not Blade Runner.
It's not too distant future style.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. They pull up to this house and meet Josh's friends, another couple, Eli and Patrick.
Quick example of what I'm saying about a broad scope and just keeping it contained in the cabin. The self-driving car, right, is navigating to a cabin out in the wilderness.
Yeah.
And they even make a point to say, like, the GPS doesn't even know where we are.
Right.
And it's like, then it wouldn't be able to drive itself. But, there might be new technology about it. You know, they might have eyes that it could see and, like, know somehow that it's going the right way.
Yeah.
But
it can stay on the road.
Since we're just worried about what's happening in the cabin, I don't have to worry about this type of stuff. Yeah.
And then there's Kat and her weird Russian boyfriend, Sergey.
Yep.
They have their dinner party. It goes off that immediately Kat, Sergey's girlfriend, doesn't like Iris. And Iris will be like, your friends don't like me. And she's like down in the dumps. And Josh is just like, oh, it's fine.
Yeah.
Like, they'll come around to you, yada, yada, yada. And they have their big dancing and everything. And the next day, Iris wakes up. She's like, I'm going to go get some sun. She goes down by the beach. Sergey's down there. And Sergey's just like, oh, Kat told me it was okay. He starts to kind of assault her. Mm-hmm. And she shows back up at the cabin covered in blood because she killed Sergey.
Yeah, yeah.
Skip ahead if you don't want the twist spoiled.
Yeah.
Like, just skip, I don't know, fucking 10 minutes. however long this episode is, skip 5 minutes before then. And that's when we'll be done talking about this movie. So that's when we find out Iris is a robot.
Iris is a robot.
She's a sex robot.
Yeah, I called it immediately.
They kind of give it away a little bit, but that's why I told you when I recommended this, I was like, you said you'd seen the trailer, but you don't remember it. I was like, don't watch anything else about it.
Yeah, the only thing I remember from
is
the
pretty early
trailer is Jack Quaid shooting Iris in the head.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, that's how it ends.
Yeah.
You know? But yeah.
Yeah.
She's a robot.
She's
and they
a sex
get
robot.
They get the twist out of the way pretty early.
It's kind of the call to adventure if we're talking like the Campbell hero's journey. It's like you find out she's a robot because he's just immediately like, Iris, go to sleep. And she just like shuts down. And then you remember when they're in the car, like they're in the automatic driving car, the scene starts with him just going, Iris, wake up. And then she like kind of comes to and she's like, oh, I must have fallen asleep in the car. Play it off so fucking.
Does it say Iris, wake up?
Yeah, he does. That's how she wakes up in the car because she fell asleep on the ride.
Oh.
So I guess he just didn't want to be chatty with his fucking robot the whole ride up there.
Of things. He calls her beep boop while they're doing it.
Yeah.
She when they arrived at the destination, she's like, thank you, car.
Yeah.
And
same way
she's
I talked to
looking at Jack.
I talked to
looking at Josh
ChatGPT
as
well.
being like,
aren't you going to say thank you?
Yeah, it's like, yes, thank you. And it's like, they're walking in. She's like, you can't lie to me, so tell me what's on your mind.
Little things like that.
All these little things.
Yeah,
but they do a good job.
She doesn't know she's a robot. That's the part of it.
They take the principle of Chekhov's gun. They do it really well, also pretty literally, by showing you a gun and being like, here you are. But they also like show you a knife and like, here you are.
And they're Russian, show you like
Chekhov.
Huh? And they're Russian.
And there's a Russian in there. And they show you a USB and ominous music and like, and pay attention to that. And then all this stuff kind of collides into a very fun moment of just crazy off the rails.
Right. So there's the twist is essentially they're trying to, he jailbroke his girlfriend.
Yes. And
the whole plan was to get Sergey or Iris to kill Sergey because Sergey's got a bunch of money in this cabin that's his. And they're going to rob him and then try to play it off as, oh no, she malfunctioned.
Yep.
And this is him and
he
Kat's
was going to
plan.
erase the jailbreak on her, restart her to factory settings, and then they're going to take her and turn her off.
Right.
You know.
He calls the people.
Blame it on
like, hey, it was a
sex bot.
Yeah, it was a bug in the system.
A freak accident.
A ghost in the machine or whatever it was. she wakes up and Jack Quaid has this emotional talk with her. He's like, I'm really sorry, when she finds out she's a robot.
Yeah.
And she breaks out.
Yeah.
And then they have to go
because
try to kill her.
The way that he got her to kill Sergei is by making it so that she will do anything necessary to survive.
He jailbreaks her, so she breaks one of Asimov's laws, where it's like in the laws of robotics, it's like you have to have self-preservation unless that causes harm to a human.
But now she's trying to survive no matter what.
Right.
And then so they have her tied up, and he's talking to her before, because he does care about her.
He cares about
He doesn't want to admit it, but he cares about her. And he goes to check on something else. And that's when she's like, I got to get out of here. I got to survive.
She does a classic thing, flipping over the chair and like getting out. So they're going out looking for her. And then we get surprise number 2. Eli and Patrick are out there. And then we find out Patrick's a robot too.
Yeah.
So there's 2 robots that are in there. And you realize that when they're telling their story, Patrick, who is...
Eli is Oscar from What We Do in the Shadows.
Yes, he is.
And he's killing it.
He's so good in this movie. Yeah.
He's so funny.
But when they're telling his meet cute, it's like the same thing. It's like, oh, we were at a costume party, and it's like, and he was the most beautiful man I've ever seen.
Yeah.
And you're just like, oh, that's sweet.
They both do the same thing where they stare in each other's eyes and they go, hi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But I think at one point Eli says to him, it's like, well, we got to split it 4 ways because of Patrick too. When they find out about the money, it's like, we're not splitting it 3 ways. We got to split it 4 ways because of Patrick. And then Kat and Josh are just both like, really?
Yeah.
Are you serious right now? And then he goes, Patrick, go to sleep. He's like, what the fuck, man? You can't tell this. Just so well written.
Yeah.
Shit like that. Did you see that twist coming as well?
No, that was wonderful.
Yeah, it was a great little twist.
What I liked about this type of movie, it's the type of shit that I also liked about Parasite, which is things can get a lot worse. They can get worse and worse and worse and worse. You're not in control of a situation when you're trying to set up an elaborate murder.
Right.
And when one thread just pulls off and everything's going downhill, a lot of shit starts going downhill.
So 2 IMDb trivia facts about the names. Iris, backwards, is Siri.
Huh?
That's funny. And Patrick, he named that Patrick after Robert Patrick in Terminator, who later puts on a cop uniform and tries to murder people.
Very true.
So that's like it's just well written.
It's got
it's really calling out all of its inspirations, like Terminator and shit like that.
It's so cynical, in a very
so dark,
silly way. Yeah.
It's very dark, and like none of this matters.
That's how you make a movie that's very, you just don't know what's going to come next.
What I like about it is I can't think of another movie off the top of my head, but I know you'll relate to this. It's something where like the first death is like a groundbreaking thing. Like, I can't believe like this happened.
Yeah.
And then just more and more people keep dying.
Sure.
To the point where like by the end of the movie, someone dies. They're like, oh God damn it.
Yeah.
Like it's just like a nothing.
Yeah.
Like at one point, someone Iris stabs somebody, and the person who gets stabbed is just like, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
Like, no, I'm dead too.
You're talking about Patrick.
No, Kat.
Josh says, Patrick, stop her.
Oh, yeah.
Because she's leaving. She's like, I'm done with this. I'm just going to
Yeah.
leave. And she's like, Patrick, stop her.
forgot.
Patrick just walks up and stabs her in the back.
And she turns around and just goes, "Are you serious?"
Yeah.
And she just sits down on the couch like, "Oh, fuck."
Wonderful.
Also, so they try to, he gets Iris to shoot herself in the head. And then they have the people
Very
from
funny.
the
Very
people
funny
from the
moment.
company show up to like take her back.
Because I was literally thinking that, which is like her brain doesn't have to be there.
That's the whole point.
You
So
know?
like that was so funny, and it was something that I'm like, of course this would happen if it was an actual product, because she shoots herself in the head. The robot cleanup people show there. And they're like, oh well, her brain's been destroyed. So how are you going to get the data off of her? And they're like, oh no, that's just like her antenna and
brain,
her eyes,
her CPU and her SSD
it's
aren't
all in her stomach.
Yeah, they're not in their head.
Yeah.
They're
So they're like,
they're
oh
in the
now
abdomen.
fuck, now we got to kill these guys.
And they're
too.
also like, we're just gonna, take her back, and we're just gonna check all the cameras and stuff that we have inside of her to make sure that there wasn't anything wrong. So,
I was dying laughing at that point.
And then, because Josh is trying to explain it away, it's like she just must have gone crazy, saying that if anybody can't have me, if she can't have me, then nobody
Just the
can.
most horrible lies.
And so the techs are taking the robot back. It's like, so you believe it? It's like, oh no, he modded her 100%. He's like, that dude is fucked.
And the fact that it was just so banal, like to what I was saying before about like the deaths becoming less and less pivotal.
Yeah.
Like these guys that come out here, they're just like, oh no, that guy totally fucked up.
Yeah.
Like he's going to jail
This
for
movie-
a long time.
There's just such clever moments. Oh my gosh, I was so excited for this movie because Iris gets her iPad that controls her, and on there is the intelligence slider.
Just like Lucy.
She's at 40%.
Yeah.
And she was like, I'm going to turn it up to 100%. And that's when I was like, this movie's going to be better than Lucy.
No,
this movie's going to be a better version of Lucy.
One of the if people newer to the show, one of the lost episodes that got misrecorded or something was when we talked about the Scarlett Johansson film Lucy, which I maintain is a really good movie.
It's definitely a 1.
It's a 3.
This movie did a far better job of establishing what intelligence looks like.
I would say the closest to this is it's a black comedy version of like Ex Machina. Like Ex Machina was
I haven't seen that yet.
You haven't seen Ex Machina yet?
No.
Oh god, it's a good fucking movie.
I've been told to watch it.
Yeah. That's something I would have recommended to you if I had
known
that you hadn't seen.
Known.
Yeah, but it's whatever. And also, one of the techs that comes and picks her up is Matt McCarthy, the red-haired guy with the big beard.
Yeah,
he did a bunch of sketches with Pete Holmes. He was on the Pete Holmes show and stuff like that.
He's when he popped Commissioner Gordon. Yeah,
exactly. And the Bad Man stuff. Exactly. Yeah. As soon as he popped up, I was just like, "Hey!"
Yeah. As soon as he showed up, I was
McCarthy.
like, "This is great.
Great guy."
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is on Max. It's a fucking gem of a movie.
Yeah, it's great.
So
Absolutely
great.
watch it.
Hour and a half.
You could tell that the people from Barbarian also worked on this movie.
Yeah, we didn't even talk about it. Zach Kreger he produced it. He was going to direct this, but then Drew Hancock, who is one of Kreger's collaborators, Zach passed it off to him. And was just like, no, make this your directorial debut.
Okay.
Yeah.
But it's very good because it also has the abusive relationship overtones.
Yeah.
That's what this whole thing is about. It's how you control another in a relationship, whether literally or through violence or through lack of emotion, like starvation type.
Any kind of abuse, emotional, physical, whatever it is.
It does a good job being like, you're not going to hurt me because you can't, because you love me, and I'm going to take advantage of that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So
it's fucking
that's
dark.
also very scary.
It's dark and it's funny and it's
good movie
and it's violent. It's all the best parts of things that I love.
And just to reiterate, it does a far better job of establishing what intelligence looks like when you turn it up to 100% than Lucy did when she could change the color of her hair at any moment. Where this one, Iris sat down and she was like, "How do I leave here?" And she's like, I could walk, but it's going to be a while over rough terrain. It's going to take days. It's just, there you go. That's planning.
First of all, Lucy didn't just make her super smart. It wasn't a limitless pill. It wasn't that. It was that she became so in tune with the universe that she could change the fabric of reality. Do you need to watch Lucy again?
I don't want to.
I'm going to make you watch Lucy again.
She turns herself into a USB of all human knowledge.
Yeah, then Morgan Freeman's there.
Morgan Freeman, who's like, dolphins use 60% of their brain. That's why they can see with sound.
Lucy's a good fucking movie. I'll die on that hill. Lucy rocked.
Lucy was nothing
a great
in
movie.
Lucy. It's worth it. Other than Scarlett Johansson is amazing.
She is amazing. Florence Pugh is amazing in the Thunderbolts.
That's all I hear. I hear that she's a standout. If you're going to watch the movie, you're going to really appreciate her performance.
I just thought that because she kind of took over the Black Widow role from Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah.
Because her little sister, Elena. And when it goes into her backstory and stuff. And Florence Pugh, like anything she's fucking in. She's one of those actors now where it's like she could be the shark in Jaws and I'll watch her do it. Yeah. She's great in the little bits of Dune that she's in Dune Part 2. Oppenheimer, she's fucking fantastic.
She's an actress. She's an actor through and through. She does a great job.
She's fucking great. She was on...
if I know that she's going to be in something, I know she's going to be a quality performance.
She's on Seth Meyers last week. And she had a very funny joke. She was wearing like one of those Hollywood-style dresses that had the slit all the way like up one side.
Yeah.
And she came out and she was like, I thought I was going to be sitting facing the other way. And like, because of the slit, the dress was all the way up. So she had to like sit awkwardly the whole interview. It was very funny. She's very charming. So yeah, what did we learn this week? Thunderbolts rules.
We didn't learn that.
Andor's rules.
We didn't learn that.
The Disastrous Rex or Distortus Rex is going to be the greatest dinosaur of all time.
Do you think it inflates? Like the top of his head?
Jacob, I don't know how.
Literally picture a T-Rex, everybody. And then you just put a Chili's baked potato right on top of it.
No, you know what it looks like? You know the people that have those like blow-up T-Rex costumes?
Yes. Imagine
a real velociraptor wearing one of those costumes.
Yes. That's actually fantastic.
That's what it looks like.
That's really good. Yeah, that's very apt. Sir, good job.
Yeah, that's exactly what it looks like. A real dinosaur wearing a fake dinosaur costume.
All right, I'm turning around. I'd watch this movie.
All right, never mind. This movie's
All right,
gonna fucking rule.
I might enjoy this movie. That's actually very fun. Rip it off. Let's see who this dinosaur really is. Oh man, that's very funny. Oh my gosh, that thing looks terrible.
All right. Well, thank you everybody for listening to the show. If you want to get in touch with us, you can reach out upyouralleypod@gmail.com. Thank you to our buddies, Brother Bill, for letting us use their music for the theme song.
Word.
Jake, what do you got for me for next week?
I want to play a video game. Let's play
Yeah.
a video game. It was a video game that I saw. Local Thunk posted about it because
Local Thunk of Balatro.
And he was Balatro.
Doesn't matter. He said he doesn't care. He's going to keep cashing checks.
Nice. So anyway, he posted about Starvaders. Oh, your
Starvaders.
recommendation. It's Starvaders.
Yeah.
He posted about it being like, hey, if you guys like my game, you might like this game. And he's like, these guys worked their hearts out on it, and I watched a trailer of it. I watched about 5 hours of streaming on it, and the game looks incredible. The
So
game,
it's on Steam.
if it helps anybody, it's like Into the Breach meets Slay the Spire.
Okay.
And it's going to be deck builder with grid-based movement combat on top of it. If that helps anymore, it looks fun.
No, I saw a little bit of it from when you spoiled it for me beforehand when we were figuring out if I could play it on my Mac or not.
No.
Looks interesting. I'm
Yeah.
kind of curious to see how it works. But honestly, Look Funk's one of those people. If I love Balatro so much. If you tell me it's a good game, I'll listen to you.
I think this is direction in gaming that I think we could play with on your part.
Fucking A.
I think it's something interesting and out of your wheelhouse, but I think you're going to vibe with it pretty good.
Looking forward to it. All right, for you, I have another fun movie, like I teased a little bit.
I love movies.
Movies that came out. It's an hour and a half long. It's available to stream on Peacock. Gotta love the Peacock.
Twisted Metal's coming out real soon.
Season 2, baby.
I'm going to have to find a way to watch that bad boy.
Peacock's on the company dime. It's a movie that came out in theaters right after I heard about it. I couldn't find it playing anywhere near us. Starring Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett.
Okay.
With also Regé John Page from Bridgerton's.
Yeah.
And Pierce Brosnan and a bunch of other people. It is directed by Steven Soderbergh, who did the Magic Mikes and the Oceans movies.
I think this might be my first Steven Soderbergh movie.
And it is called Black Bag.
I'm excited to watch Black Bag.
So Black Bag, one of those movies again.
I'm hearing
All you
people
need to
say
know about it
real good
is
stuff.
Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett are married, and they have the same kind of job. But that job puts them at odds with each
Mr.
other.
and Mrs. Smith.
They're both spies, actually.
Oh,
Yeah,
Mr. and Miss Smith.
it's a spy movie.
One of them is Danny Glover. No, Donald Glover.
Yeah,
The young one.
but yeah, so it's a tight little movie. Like I said, it's an hour and a half. Like these kind of movies are the kind of movies I love, like Companion, like this. That it doesn't need to be 4 hours. It doesn't need to be an existing IP.
Yeah.
It's just this is like an indie game version of a movie. Granted, it has 2 Academy Award winners in it.
Soderbergh. This would be my first one. I don't think I've seen a single one of his
You ever
movies.
seen any of the Magic Mikes?
Haven't seen any Magic Max. Haven't seen any of the Oceans movies.
Yeah.
Apparently, I'd love Oceans movies, but I just haven't touched
Contagion?
them. Nope, haven't seen Contagion.
I've got his little thing right here. Che? Did you ever see Che?
No,
Pretty good.
I haven't seen. I don't think I've seen any.
Aaron Brockovich?
No,
God, Aaron Brockovich is great.
I haven't seen. But he had 2 movies come out.
Sex, Lies, and Videotape.
Nope.
Really?
I have-
Just from the title alone, I thought you would have picked that one up at a blockbuster.
It's pandering to me.
The Informant with Matt Damon.
Yes, I have seen that.
Okay,
there we
that's
go.
Soderbergh. There you go.
That was a fine movie.
Was. All right, continue.
But Presence came out as well from Steven
Yeah.
Soderbergh, and I want to see that movie.
Cool.
too.
I haven't seen that one.
That's a ghost movie.
But yeah, so Black Bag. Fucking
Black Bag.
dope movie.
Cool.
All right. Again, thanks everybody for listening. Like and subscribe, do all that stuff. Jake, thanks for coming over. Love you, buddy.
Love you, buddy.
Bye.